Phillip Rivers thinking about coming out of retirement, possibly? Your own career obviously ended, far differently. But just this idea of Phillip Rivers still thinking like he might have something left in the tank. What's that process like, you think, for him?
Well, first of all, it sort of kind of feels very Favrean for him to put that out there.
Oh.
Here we are. It's like 2 days after the Colts quarterback has surgery that this story comes out. I mean, the timing is just very interesting. I'm not mad at him for it. I think it's crazy. Like, let's flesh this out for a second, okay? Obviously, he's committed to coaching the high school football team. I'm pretty sure they have assistant coaches, and that if Phillip wanted to leave, that they could handle it. So I think he could do it. But, a couple of years ago when I was doing the Eagles, I do the Eagles preseason games every year. And a couple of years ago when they got Josh McCown would do, even last year during COVID, Josh McCown would just do Zoom meetings during the week. And then after his sons played high school football Friday night, he would fly back. He'd get there late Friday night, be there Saturday, Sunday, do the game, and then fly out again. If you're the Colts, and let's say you think Wentz is only going to miss 2 games or 4 games, whatever it is, does it make sense to trade for Nick Foles or one of these other guys? Or does it make sense to try to work something out with Rivers where he can, Zoom during the week and fly in on the weekends and play? I mean, he was on the team last year. He started every game last year. He knows the offense. I don't know. Maybe that's a better option than Jacob Eason.
No, it's a wild situation because as a professional athlete, the idea that you are comfortable with putting your career to bed and move on with the next stage of your life, and then the door opens up again, and now you're kind of in this limbo and thinking about, well, maybe I do have something left in the tank. And you're right, from the Colts' perspective, if they think Wentz is going to be back in week 2 or 4, then why, move heaven and earth to go out and get Nick Foles? I don't think Carson Wentz is coming back that soon. They're talking 12 weeks. That could be into the season and into November. If that is the case, do you think that opens them up possibly to a trade situation?
Maybe, but it's interesting because I actually interviewed Greg Cosell, who I have a lot of respect for, the NFL Films guru, for the Ross Tucker podcast, and he made the point he'd rather if he were the Colts, he'd play Jacob Eason over trading for Nick Foles. I mean, first of all, Foles has guaranteed money in each of the next 2 years, and it's not cheap, number one. Number two, he's gotten benched back-to-back years. He got benched for Gardner Minshew 2 years ago in Jacksonville after Jacksonville gave him a boatload of money. He got benched this past year for Mitch Trubisky, who's now a backup making $1.5 million in Buffalo. I mean, it's not a great recent track record for Foles, although I will say this. Because of that guaranteed money in his contract, I give the Bears so much credit. I mean, they literally had the guy do a press conference on Monday. When's the last time a third-string quarterback did a press conference? But it's like the news comes out that Wentz needs surgery, and they're fire up the Nick Foles third-string press conference so Foles can say, I'm better than I was when I was a Super Bowl MVP, and I'm ready to go. I mean, I actually give the Bears are desperate to get rid of that contract.
Ross, it was amazing. The only thing missing from Foles was a giant boombox, hey, Frank, come get me. I'm available. I want to play for you.
It was, seriously, get somebody in research to look up the last third-string quarterback press conference, probably like Tebow 10 years ago.
Easily.
Since when do third-string quarterbacks have a press conference like that? And then what's funny is that is not Nick Foles' personality at all. I've never heard him talk like that. He's usually so reserved, so quiet. I mean, he was a different guy.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.